Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the New Nasty Boys. I'm your co-host this morning, afternoon, evening, whenever the fuck you decide to listen to this Billy DeVore. And sitting next to me is...
Hey, kind of virtually next to you. What's up? It's Lee Kimbrell of the New Nasty Boys. Hello, Nasty Boys and girls across the whole wide world. Billy, how do you think they're doing?
I think they're great. I think they're doing great.
That was a longer pause than usual, man. Yeah, we're getting used to this little Zoom. Even if there's like a half second of lag, as much as I know your sweet melodic tone and your voice, it still feels weird, man. I wish I could, see your sweat.
Yeah, I've got a nice glaze going.
You do have a bit of a glisten on the cheek right there, man.
I think it's also the natural light coming in from the skylight hitting the cheek, plus the lights in here. So
the Devoraporium, dude, you do chill up in an attic, essentially.
Yeah, and it's weird. I'm not sweaty, and I showered last night after softball, but I shouldn't be like gross.
Yeah, I took a shower too.
I smell fine.
The shower after softball yesterday, that was just mud.
Oh, dude, my shirt is still stiff from the
Well, I think you and I were the only two to like hit the ground at any period of time.
Yeah.
Like you were over there at first base having to catch every errant throw that came your way, diving all over the place. Yeah, no, it was fun.
Just stretching out hard.
Stretching out so fucking hard. I mean, we can talk about that now. We can go back into it. I mean, point of the whole pod is that we're back. We're talking baseball. There's actual baseball to talk about. We actually got to watch baseball players play baseball.
I know. It's so crazy.
And it was weird watching, interleague and stuff. But, I mean, dude, it's the new way of the world, baby. Fuck it. Yeah. I'll watch Garrett Cole pitch to Aaron Judge. Are you kidding me?
That's a great matchup. I don't care.
Hell yeah.
I'll watch Giancarlo Stanton hit Tanaka in the face every day.
Bro, I didn't even watch that video. I'm not good at those videos.
Slight concussion, totally fine.
They're just so scary.
I know.
And every time you see one of those line drive back of the pitcher videos, you're just reminded that it could happen every single pitch.
Oh, yeah. And
every single pitch.
And it's crazy to think, like, Tanaka got lucky and he just, like, had a mild concussion. But think about, like, who was it that had a quarter of an inch of their face set back?
Yeah.
Like, that can just happen to anybody at any time. Like, it's so unpredictable. Even just, I'm not talking about baseball. I'm talking about walking outside. A bird could dodge down at you at 50 miles an hour from the sky in the face and push you back. Yeah. Push your face back like a quarter of an inch. So, like, my dad used to work with this guy who made his own potato guns. Spud launcher.
Where's this story going, Bill?
Who would have thought who would think where this is going to end up?
Where's this going?
This guy was sitting on his couch, and he was, like, playing with his spud launcher, and he's like, I think I got it. I think I got cleared it because, like, it wasn't igniting. So how you make it is you just get, like, a couple PVC pipes, one's bigger than the other, and then you screw it in the bottom, and it creates a chamber. And then you fill that with hairspray.
Hairspray, which is an accelerant.
Yeah, and then you just then you would add an igniter, like you build that in, and then you just press it. And it basically creates that pressure, and then the fire.
An explosion.
Right, it's basically the same thing that how an engine works, and then it fires off the fucking potato into hillbilly land or wherever you fire.
That is wild.
Your shit.
I mean, I've been privy to many a potato gun.
Same.
Of course you have, dude. You've got this story.
Well, okay. Aside from this story, I mean, Jake and I used to do that at the farm when we were in high school, where we would build dumb shit. But anyway, guy's sitting on his couch, he's just looking at it. He's like, I think it's just jammed in there. And then he fucking hit the button, and the potato from, like, point blank just nailed him in the eye, and it pushed his eye back a fourth of an inch, and then changed the shape of his face, which ironically made him look more like a potato.
God damn, dude, that is not playing around.
No, and I bet he would never do that again.
We've talked about it. Yeah, dude, that's a pretty good bet, man. What do you bet that eventually the game will change and pitchers will have face masks on?
Ooh, man, those clips from that baseballer IG was sick. So I would say sooner than later.
It would be pretty cool, man. And I tell you what, that would be a pretty wacky prop bet to bet on. But as we're talking about the schedules coming out, that means live baseball is on the way. And guess what that means, baby? There's going to be no shortage of action going on with our partners over at betonline.ag. Live sports are fucking back. It's so exciting. They're slowly making its way back. The NBA is returning in late July. We've got baseball returning in late July. Right now, currently, you got the UFC, boxing, NASCAR. You got soccer over across the pond. They've all resumed play, and BetOnline has the best odds and lines for their upcoming games and matches. So if you need more, BetOnline has simulated NFL, NBA, and UFC happening live every day for our super devout gamblers out there to check out, like Gabe Kia. I, for one, think that Andrew Rudick should be simulating those games. He's a professional Madden player. BetOnline also offers hundreds of live casino games, poker tournaments, and the best props in the business. So scratch that gambling itch. Visit betonline.ag on your computer or your mobile device and join now to receive your welcome bonus. betonline.ag, your online wagering experts. Boom, baby. Sports are back. Go spend some money on them.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah, I mean,
remember,
we were talking. Go ahead.
Okay. So remember in wasn't it like late 90s, early 2000s for the All-Star game? Fox did that. They put a camera on a catcher's helmet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had that technology. Like, I don't understand why it's never clicked. I don't get why it's not a normal thing. I know, that's another fun angle. I mean, maybe it's the audio or what they pick up, but honestly, at this point, after watching MLS last night and they didn't have any feeded-in crowd sound, and players are cursing, who gives a fuck? Just let it fly, and let's hear everything.
Just let it fly at this point. Who fucking cares? Let the humanity really go, dude.
Right, like when we saw this year during spring training when they had players in the dugouts mic'd up, and they were
so
out
fun.
It was the best. I'm like, okay, you've made these people human, and it adds another layer to the game. Kind of like what the XFL did, where they mic'd up the referees and the coaches. They could talk to them during the game. I'm like, this is sick. I'm into this. Make sports more transparent. And whatever, a 26, 27-year-old guy out on the field is going to say fuck. Great. That's going to happen. Let your kids learn it sooner than later.
It's so true, man. I couldn't agree more. Baseball is so obsessed with trying to convert the casual fan. That's not – it's barely going to happen. Just have the casual fans that you have right now, turn them into the hardcore fans. Yeah. And then there are so many hardcore fans. Not across the board. If you look at the numbers, it's easily 1.6%, right? Yeah. I don't know. That's 700,000 people.
That's crazy.
Just let them be obsessed with it. I don't think they're going to black out any games this year. And I think that the casual fan will, come over and watch these games. Yeah. Because what the fuck else are they going to watch? And, until the NBA starts back up. But even then, people are not – the sports fan in this country needs to be satiated,
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting here watching the interleague stuff on Twitter, right? And then I'm click-clacking on my computer for work, and then I look up on my TV, and I'm watching Premier League soccer. I mean, don't get me wrong. I watch it when it's on, but now I have a set schedule. I'm like, cool, there's a game at 1:15, 3:15. There's the pre-show's at 12:15 today. I'm locked in because there's nothing else. I would be watching day baseball, but since that's not a thing right now, I'm just locked in I didn't know that Thierry Henry didn't play in the Premier League anymore. And they're like, yeah,
exactly. He 10 years ago. Exactly. Yeah. And we talked about it at the podcast before, but the ratings obviously go up during playoff baseball. And now every game is going to have a bit of a playoff intensity to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think that it's an opportunity for people to give a fuck about baseball again because it's a small snapshot.
Right.
It's a small snapshot. Hopefully the stars will be, on a pedestal and will perform and we'll get to see them more and more every night. And it will have to be more – there will have to be more coverage. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of giving people opportunities, following the senseless murders of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and countless other Black community members at the hands of police officers, we want to ensure that we can make a tangible impact on those communities as we grow. Armchair Media will be issuing 4 $500 scholarships per semester to Black aspiring creatives.
4 of them.
4 of them, not
They
one.
They upped it.
Not 2.
They
4.
upped it.
It's awesome. If you've ever been dismissed as having an unrealistic career path, Lee and I, if you've ever butted heads with your parents or teachers because they don't recognize exactly what you want to do with your life, if you have to express yourself or put your work into the world due to potential backlash, we strongly encourage you to apply. We recognize that there are creatives out there that may have bypassed college to pursue other avenues, who didn't get into college because their passions didn't translate to college testing, or who did not have access to the financial means to pay for college. This is why there are only 3 requirements for eligibility. 1, Black creative. 2, under the age of 21. 3, submit a project, graphic design, photography, writing, audio, video, journalism, creative writing, etc. 2, scholarship at armchairallamericans.com. Do it!
Yay. Yay.
So if you're a young Black creative, come on.
You're probably not listening to this podcast. But if you know one, and I know some of you guys do, then holler at them. Send it their way.
Yeah.
Send one of us a DM, and we'll send you the actual document, and with all the email and everything on it. Let's try to get send that money to someone who could use it.
Yeah, and it's there. I mean, if it's just sitting there waiting for anyone to apply.
Fuck yeah, baby.
But yeah,
solid read.
Thank you. I stumbled once, but I felt good about it overall.
We're all gonna stumble, baby. We're
all gonna stumble, especially in these times. But no, I mean, it's just completely, like we've talked about before too, a couple months ago when they could have gotten it together. Like, they could have also exposed more fans to baseball, but, owners be owners.
Owner's gonna owner.
Yeah. But you know who owned the diamond last night?
Your boys did, baby.
Yeah, we did.
The red team. The red team, man. We've talked about it throughout the years on the pod. Billy comes through with his updates, man. Well, I got to join the squad because another Billy, not Billy number 1 in our hearts. You're apparently Billy number 2 or Billy 2. You were the second Billy.
I am technically Billy Jean.
Billy Jeans. Because why?
Well, Meister, the guy I used to work with, we were at work and he was like, hey man, we're playing softball tonight. I was like, okay, well, I don't have any shorts. He's like, well, we're leaving now to go get food and then we're going to go play. I was like, well, I don't. He's like, well, we made cutoff shorts as a joke because it was so hot in our space at the old Hyde Park store. And we just were like, solidarity, jean shorts, like David boots. And we rocked them. And we posed out against the van and they posted it on the website, like the boys of Cincy shirts. We were going to make a calendar, but that would have been too hot. We don't want to make too many people horny.
Billy Jeans.
And so I pulled the shorts I made out of my desk, put them on, and went and played softball. And everyone's like, are you fucking wearing jean shorts? I'm like, mm-hmm.
I am. First impression.
That's all I got. They're like, all right, Billy Jeans, you're 8th in the lineup. I was like, great.
So funny.
So it's not the best story. It makes sense, but I'm Billy Jeans.
That's awesome, man. I love it. And then, and that was how many years ago? Like 2 years ago?
3.
So you've been on that team for a minute.
Yeah. It's been, 3 years. It's kind of crazy. I didn't expect it to even happen this year, to be honest.
Yeah, you're like a veteran.
Yeah, and my swing is I'm still not cracking it, but getting it in
How
the
many
hole.
games have you guys played?
Fuck, I've played in 4 now, and I had to miss 2. So we played for 6 weeks now.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I was definitely picking up on a little shade from the other team that I showed up.
Oh, yeah. They were pissed.
Yeah, I think they were. They definitely were. I noticed it.
And even the orange guys at the end when they were leaving, they're like, who the fuck is this ringer? Where did you find him?
Man, it was so fun. It was officially, I think, like the first softball, slow pitch beer league softball game I've ever played in. I did have a good performance.
Good is underselling the fuck out of it. You had 2 dingers?
2 home runs, yeah. 2 home runs, a sac fly, and an RBI single.
Yeah, you
Played
had
a
like
nice third base.
yeah, you played a real nice third. You saved a couple runs, and you had a couple beautiful plays.
Yeah, I think I don't know, man. It was so much fucking fun, and I took a lot of pleasure, especially because you could tell that those guys were salty, and they were salty at you because I was your friend.
Yeah, just like who the fuck is this guy? I was like,
Yeah, and I showed up like high, just like smoked a joint on the way there, and was just seeing the ball nice. Just kind of sitting in there, and I did get into a couple. That first one was a tater.
yeah, it was a huge tater. Like I think that might be my move because I get a little anxious when I get up there, and then I'm like, I just got to get into the hole. And my grandpa's teachings of just hitting the ball down come back into my head. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, because I golf great high. I mean, the last time I golfed, it was the front nine terrible. I was like +8, and
Smoked
then
a little weed.
smoked a little weed. Back nine -3. I was like, what the fuck?
We need to golf, bro.
I know.
I played one round of golf and, been hitting the ball a little bit down in Lexington. And I need to get some clubs up here. That's a fun, socially distant friendly activity.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, the boys performed. We were on the corners. I was third base. Billy was first base. And I mean, it was so fucking great. We won 13-12. We went into we were the away team. Went to the top of the last inning, down 12-7. Scored 6 runs, and then went out and then 1, 2, 3 in the next inning. They were so salty. It was awesome.
Yeah, because Josh went up to lead it off, and that guy just went 4 for 4. He didn't. Never was like, this is what he does.
Such a beautiful swing.
Yeah, Josh, and then like, I think all of us, but like 2, like everyone at least got on.
Hit it hard.
It hit hard. Well, one person didn't get on. I grounded somebody out to move the runners.
Well, I mean, you ate up the shortstop, who was some pretty boy with the nice flow and the cleats and everything, and
with the fucking smoke show on the sideline.
Oh my God, Purcell Marion alumni game like 2016. This kid was fucking like 21 years old, and the boys went out and got his ass.
Yeah.
God,
yeah, we did.
God, it felt so good, man.
Speaking of feeling good, are you still sore?
Oh my God. Rudy and I this afternoon did like 2 or 3 healing yoga sessions, like to relieve back pain and groin pain and hip pain and stuff. So I feel a little better, but I don't know. Something in my right foot is a little loose. It definitely hurts.
Well, do you remember what it was from? Was it from a dive? Was it?
No telling. That slide maybe. On the last run I scored, I slid. And the only reason I slid is because that big bald catcher was doing that old kind of bush league thing where you go like that and act like the ball's coming in.
Yeah.
And I didn't want my gourd to get split by a softball, so I just hit the deck so I wouldn't get hit. And yeah. I don't even think the ball was close.
No, and that guy, he's a motherfucker. I love him to death, but
he is, but he's such a motherfucker. He didn't swing at a single pitch. He just sat there and bitched about the pitching and took 4 walks.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, why the fuck are you even here? Swing the bat.
He just likes to stand on the sidelines and chirp. Yeah. That's his move. And he's hilarious. Oh. Like, it's behind the dish. He'll joke with you because he was like, I was joking with your boy. And I was like, yep. And I just went up there and hit a fucking single.
Yeah, they were talking to me the entire time.
Yeah, they're trying to get a feel for you, try and get in your head, and you're like, that's not happening. Fuck you.
Yeah, I know. That's fine, dude. God, it was so much fun. We really did.
And now even Josh, when he was walking towards the mountain, he's like, so this guy's coming back every week, right? And I'm like, yeah.
We're back, baby.
He's like, that sets us up in the playoffs with, like, they put Billy at third, Nate at short, me probably at second, because that's normally what I've been playing this year, or at first. And then, like, with Josh, I mean, everyone can hit. Like, that's...
Yeah, the whole team can clearly
everybody cleans up.
Yeah.
So it's going to be nasty. Like,
well, you guys won the league last year.
Yeah.
See, that's sick.
Yeah. Last year we won it. Year before we were in the finals. So
Pretty loose. It was so fun, man.
Also,
there was like an audience.
Oh yeah, and they're into it. They get into it once it gets down to the wire.
They were talking some shit.
I love how you and I are both trained. You said audience, and I'm like, yeah, the audience was there. And I'm like, nope, that's a crowd. That's a small crowd.
It's not an audience. It's a small crowd in a park. People walking out of backyards and stuff. It's so awesome, man.
It's great. And like that P Ridge, that's why I like it up there. I mean, it's like if you're like, hey, you have to move out tomorrow and buy a house, I'd be like, probably Pleasant Ridge. I mean, it's a cool neighborhood with just like cool blue collar people and like an awesome, like a great little inner strip for bars and breweries, you know?
Yeah, no, it's got its own little thing. I mean, the overlook, it's cool.
Yeah, and
it's relatively close to the club.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You're there and like to the club in 10 minutes. So
that was what was surprising. Is it's like what, 12 minutes from your place?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not far away at all.
No, it's perfect. It's like just far enough away. What, are you eating Ritz crackers?
Yeah, sorry if it's too crunchy.
No, not at all. Ritz is like the perfect party cracker.
It's so good.
Do you got any ham or cheese?
I've been eating a lot of, here's what I've been eating. I got a bunch of ground beef.
Nice.
Then I've just been patting out burgers.
Nice.
Seasoning them up. And then I eat burgers with pita bread and hummus.
Ooh, that's a good
It's great. It's great. You can just season them up however you want. I mean, I'm no Billy with the beef, but I can eat. You know, I've been eating.
Being a beef boy.
I mean, can you just give us a little bit, give the nasty boys and girls a little taste of your love for the Big Green Egg?
First, this is Mike's crunchy snack.
Oh, bro, you've got Morgan on that. She's got a bag of that over at the place.
Dude, it's the best.
No, it is. It is an excellent treat.
Yeah. Fourth of a cup, you're looking at 10 grams of carbs. That's a perfect crunch. I'm in. I'm done. You got me. Hook, line, and stinker.
Hook, line, and stink.
So, yeah, I went and fucking reloaded my got some charcoal, pulled some more meat out. This week has been one for the ages. I'll tell you that.
Go on, baby.
Well, where did I start? Tuesday night, I made steaks that were so good. I've talked about how I've cooked steaks every way. Sous vide. I've done the fucking cast iron.
You're good at it, man.
Thank you. It's my wheelhouse. It's like but steaks, like once you get them down, it's so easy to continue to replicate. That's why steakhouses are so popular.
Yeah.
Because they, once you have your thing and you stick to that method, you can't fuck it up. And if you get a good cut of meat and a consistent cut of meat, you're
just gonna be eating good.
Right. And think about the things that go with steak. Like it's all like, you've got your seafood, of course, which you can mark up. But like it's other shit so easy, like mashed potatoes, green beans. I'm like, you're not going crazy. Asparagus.
No.
You're never.
Asparagus is cheap, dude.
So cheap.
Peppers, so cheap.
Yeah. So it's so easy. Did you make a sandwich now? Oh
no, I didn't make a sandwich.
Got it. Well, it could be a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Come on. So
I'm so sore, dude.
I know. But so I made some grass-fed steaks, some ribeyes, and some ribeye and a strip. And what I've been doing is a new technique I picked up, reverse searing it, which means I put on my indirect plate, drop that fucker in, get it up to 225 degrees, 250 in between there, and I just smoke them.
That's hot.
Until it's actually not hot, which is the trick.
Because you get it really hot.
Because then I get it really hot. And I put some hickory in there, and then it starts smoking, and it gets all that flavor. And then I put my plate, and I fucking crank the heat up to 650, 700, put on that cast iron, and it sizzles. Fucking,
650 or 700?
Yeah. On
that
there
is
for a
hot.
minute and a half. Flip, minute and a half. Pull it. Done. Let it rest for 10 minutes, and they're beautiful. They are
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Would you say, I mean, obviously there are so many important parts, but would you say that the most, the part that people forget or fuck up the most is not resting the meat?
Yes.
because you're so hungry and you want to eat it, but resting it is so important. Yeah.
Yeah, because it locks in those juices. It'd be like, so if you got out like a Capri Sun and then you missed the hole and you just kept drinking and you just squeezed it,
Right.
and when you squeeze, you try and finish it, you're actually leaving all that juice in the bottom of the pouch. It'd be like that.
Yeah.
It's just, or like if you got a Chipotle burrito and you immediately took it out of the foil and you just held it and just start eating
All
it,
of
it
it.
falls apart. Right. That's the same
Yeah.
concept. It's just trapping and keeping all them in, and it's still cooking. So
Fuck yeah, Bill. Hold on. Let me show you. Keep talking. I'm just gonna show you this butter that Morgan introduced me to.
Oh, is that like that chive butter? It's like
No, it's this shit.
ooh,
Kerrygold pure Irish butter.
okay.
It's milk from grass-fed cows. It is a salty. Oh my god, it is so fucking good, dude.
Some of you
I've
can't
been-
see it. Some of you are listening. I bust out a new pack of pens to write down Kerrywood Irish butter.
Oh, it is Kerrygold
Kerrygold.
Irish butter, grass-fed cows, dude. It is so fucking good. I've been eating I got these little just beef cutlets. They just add so much flavor.
Yeah, I'm into it. Ooh, this pen's. Oh, I've used one of these before. The Bic Gelosity.
Oh, excellent pen.
Excellent pen.
Have you been writing? Speaking of that,
bits and pieces? I've just been so.
I mean, ish. That's not a loaded question. I'm
No.
just saying, are you in? There are shows feasible. You run Fireside. You run. Matt's is a show that you have had to prep for and then cancel. And I mean, give me a little update on comedy for you.
Well, for me, it's the last month and a half have just been an absolute bummer.
A complete cock tease.
Right, and it's been not even a cock tease. It feels like I've just someone got a rubber fist, no lube, and put it directly into my asshole. So bits and pieces, my brain's not exactly in that state, but I think what needs to happen is we need to have a date on the calendar, and then it all comes back. You know what I mean?
It's so true, man. When you have a day on the calendar, you just revert back to how you used to get ready for a show.
Yep.
And it's like something. Even though you haven't done it for a really long time, when it comes time to do it, you're still more equipped to do it than anyone else.
Exactly.
Exactly. And so that's what I told myself, because I performed a little bit. I missed the pod. I was on a phone the very last,
It was awesome.
But yeah, it was great. It was a good episode last week. We missed Danny. I can't wait to keep up with fucking Coach Salmon on the podcast. Jesus Christ, what a treat. But no, when you just remember that whenever you get back to comedy, even though you are ill prepared, you are still more prepared than most people.
Well, right. Like when we did that little thing, and I was
COVID Fest
2020, and that first night, it didn't even feel like I missed a beat. I had my set. I knew what I was going to do, the stuff I'd kind of been working on.
Yeah.
And then I pieced it together. I was like, oh, this is it. Here we go. Cool. And it worked.
No, you're still the most capable person in the room.
Right.
As a comedian with your audience. And it's you just got to remember that. Not in some egotistical way, but when you're looking at these people and you're oh, fuck, I'm the one with the microphone. Oh, yeah, that's right. The context of this is that I speak and they laugh. Yeah. It's daunting. It's always been daunting. But then when you take a break and then you get back up there and these people are just staring back up at you, just yeah, motherfucker. You gotta make me laugh.
They're continue.
Yeah, hopefully they're not coughing too loud. Jesus Christ. I had some lady because I performed last weekend at Comedy Off Broadway down in Lexington, and there was some lady who she she wasn't sick, but she took an ice cube the wrong way and just coughed for 20 seconds.
Oh.
And I mean, I had to address it. I was like, yo, I know you're choking on your vodka soda, but you really, really gotta try to stifle it, man. Dude, I've done it a couple times, man. You're just
Yeah.
like out at Kroger and you hit your stupid little vape and then you cough and then you realize like what that could mean to people. Like
Oh,
cough guilt is such a new thing.
oh, for sure. Like I was on Sunday, we took an Uber from the ballpark to back here. You know, all masked up. Everything was safe. She had wipes and whatever. We were all safe as fuck. You know, same old, same old. And I when I sat down, I got like a tickle in my throat. And I was like, I cannot cough in this stranger's car. Like I'm fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm like, I got my mask on. Do I roll down the window? Like I was like, I just ate it. I was like,
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I just kept swallowing, just trying to generate anything.
God, and then at that point, you are really gambling because when you're doing that, at any point, the dam can just collapse and you can just have a complete coughing episode.
Yeah.
We're just in an Uber, just. And I mean, it's just out of your hands at that point.
And then it even got to the point where I'm thinking, like, we're taking a turn at like 15 miles an hour. And I was like, if I just open this door and roll out, we'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be totally fine.
Man.
I might get a bruise, but guess what? A couple scrapes. And guess what? I'm not coughing in Tamaria's car.
Man, it's been weird, just the change of the day to day, like, you know, the cough thing. But also, I take my temperature every single day.
Really?
Yeah. I had gone from like, I don't know if, you know, a handful of times maybe I'd taken my own temperature. But beforehand, the only people that were taking my temperature were my mom and my doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And like now I've got it in my glove. It's like in my fucking cup holder in my car. It's like a little head thermometer. And I just hit it every day. If for no other reason, just for self-assuredness, to just be like, thank God my body meat is 98.6 degrees. You know,
Exactly.
whatever the fuck that means. You know, it's like it's all so above my head, but it's just so, I don't know. It's reassuring, man. Like, you know, people, it's just reassuring. It's a scary fucking time for sure.
It is definitely the most scary.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just, so I'm a pretty regular guy. I'm always 98.6. And
I thought you were talking about your pooping schedule.
Pooping schedule is pretty regular.
I would imagine so, especially with healthy Bill.
Yeah. I did have a really weird poop this week, though. It was that's right. Monday, I made Italian sausages on the Big Green Egg.
And, yeah, I think you threatened to eat one of them raw the night before during a pretty heavy night of drinking.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't doubt it.
Yes.
I clearly don't remember because it was a heavy night of drinking.
It was a heavy night.
Yeah. Which is, you know, weekend normal. But yeah, they were so.
You were talking about regular 98.6?
Regular 98.6. Oh, and I had a weird dump where it was like hard and it came out. It took a while and all of a sudden I was getting ready to get up and I was like, wait, no, I'm having diarrhea now. There's no reason. Just a complete shift in gears.
Really? Wow.
So weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was like.
Did you take samples?
I did not take samples. I did not sift for gold, if you will. What I did was I looked at the toilet and I was like, oh, this is like one of those fucking mixed bags of every fucking Kroger cereal in the big bags.
Yeah, there it is.
There was that Kroger cereal, it's like all of the different cereals, like Smack Jacks or whatever that guy's, Apple Jacks.
All of them mixed together?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That
was like my poop.
Oh, man. Interesting. A little jack of all trades.
Yeah.
A cornucopia.
Yeah.
Something about corn.
Corn, that's pretty good. You can never go wrong.
Some kind of corn pun. Cornucopia is pretty good.
Cornucopia is pretty good.
That's a funny meme, is like Nick Lachey, 98.6 degrees, like with a thumbs up.
Just taking his temperature. It's like,
Yeah. Come on down to Lachey's, a completely failed bar.
Yeah. Come get better pizza at Taglio.
Yeah, Taglio. Oh, man. If only we could just fuck around. It's Thursday night. I could go do my spot. You would be hosting a mic. I could just go to your mic. We could dick around at Mike's, eat some pizza. Max. I don't know. It's all wish. I don't know. At that point, what am I even doing besides just being sad? But
yeah, well, with the thing with so I'll just talk about it here. I don't care. Next week Max wants to do it, and like, I'm cool. Like they've been great this whole time. They've been extremely supportive of Chris Seamer and I, and they wanted to do it last week. And I mean, I was paranoid because of course, like, we had a spike in Hamilton County. We are now a red county, as in we have to wear masks when we go outside. Let alone stepping into a bar, to me, seems terrifying. And not because of what the bar staff does or the owners or the managers. It's none of that. It's the people who come in. And that's what scares the shit out of me the most. Is like someone comes in, they don't even know, they could be asymptomatic, or they just develop symptoms while sitting there, and then they just start hacking away or sneeze, and then it fills the whole place up. Those droplets get into the air conditioning, and then it fucking floats around. That's horrifying. And I don't know if I would feel the most guilty if, like, I booked somebody to do Max that Thursday, and then that happens, and someone gets sick, and it's not my fault, but there is still a guilt that is held onto my shoulders. Right?
no, I mean, I get that, especially as like a booker. I mean, I felt that guilt when, we had the house show over at my place. I mean, like, ultimately that guilt, everything is so big and scary and unknown that it's human nature to try to point at something and point at it being, guilty. In that case, the house show was guilty. I mean, to your point, like, to go through it and, have a bar show and promote a bar show, and I mean, then that's a whole different level of culpability. And I get that. And I completely understand you not wanting to put that on your shoulders, man.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I've been dark throughout all of this shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's scary to put yourself out there. I'm going and doing a bar show spot tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to be wearing a mask when I'm inside. But I mean, I'm a comic. I'm not there to go and hang out. I've got this sickness in my head where I need to be on stage, and it's made me do a whole lot more irresponsible shit in my life, So I'm going to be outside hitting my fucking, my own vape pen, and I'll be outside with my friends, bullshitting, wearing a mask. When I go inside, I'm going to perform for my 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I will roll my dice as a man to not wear a mask and perform.
Right. Well, there's also the thing with you, like, you're in there for 10 minutes and then you can go out back onto that patio.
Yeah.
And then you're out in the open. That seems ideal to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not, yeah. I mean, I can only be as safe as I can. Yeah. But I'm going to go and do the show. I would imagine up there in Montgomery, the folks who come out to that show, it will be split about 50-50 people in the crowd wearing masks, and then the other half of them laughing at the idea of masks. And I think people that are laughing at the idea of masks are just fools, and they're rude. I mean, it comes down to like rude. Like, that's rude.
Yeah.
Like, none of us are scientists. Mm-hmm. No one can truly like do a dissertation on some mask shit, but just wear it and be a decent human being. Mm-hmm. Just wear it. Obviously they're safer. If it's spread from the spittle, then put something to block it.
No shit.
And if you think it's a hoax, and if you want to look at the numbers and say, oh, it's just 1% of people that die, and it's like, whatever, that's true. It could evolve. Then you're just being an asshole.
Yep.
And people are allowed to be assholes. And I understand that this asshole decision can in turn put other people in danger.
Right.
But I don't know.
I mean, what you said about the masks, like, look at Japan. They crushed it. They're done. They're over.
Well, Japan they've been wearing masks for 50 fucking years.
Exactly. That was my point. I'm like, they 2.5 280 people in that entire country died from it. Now, I understand, like, people like Japan, small island, sure, but look at Tokyo. They are all stacked on top of each other. And, like,
Well,
it's
but,
tiny.
I mean, yeah, culturally, Japan, like, they don't touch each other. Like,
Yeah.
it's disrespectful. They're not kissing each other. They're not holding hands. Like, you know, it's a whole thing, of course. But, like, you would see kids at, like, exchange students in college, if they were from an Asian country, they would be wearing a mask during, like, flu season or something. And you would be like, gosh, that's so weird. But it's just like, culturally, if you get the sniffles or if you get the cold, something where, like, a sickness, but you can operate and go to work and do fine, it's just a common courtesy to wear a mask.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm fully prepared to just wear a mask, just have one readily available for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably the new fucking normal, man. Like, there's a new virus cooking up right now.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's always one. Well, I'm saying, like, literally a new swine flu. Like, the CDC in places like most people, or I don't know, most things that I've read have said that this was an inevitability.
Yep.
You know, like, this was simply going to happen. The more people that were on this planet, you know, this was going to happen. And clearly, every way that this has been handled, for essentially the first time in the modern world, right?
Yep.
Like, we had the one in 1917, we had the Spanish flu. Right. There's certainly been pandemics in spots of the world, but, like, international, not epidemic, but international pandemic, unprecedented, and it's been completely fucking crumbled. And of course it has.
Right.
Because the powers at hand have never really been challenged, you know, like, and we just see that they're incompetent. Like, both sides of the aisle, fully incompetent.
Right.
And obviously, you know where we stand. The guy in charge of it all is just a goddamn monster, and he's the worst person to do it. But yeah, I don't know.
But Japan straight up said today, they're like, oh yeah, we had 280 people die, and then they're like, oh, we don't have to enact social distancing anymore. Like, the virus is gone from our country. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Same with New Zealand. I mean, I don't know. It's just, if we would have done something sooner and would have been smart about it and actually done something in January.
And there were big pockets of the United States who did do that.
Right.
And I mean, ultimately, I don't know. It is definitely a side effect of people living in a country that they've been able to live free and do whatever they want to be able to.
Yeah.
You know, people in Japan, like, it would never occur to them to not listen to their government.
Yeah.
Ever. But America, and it's like, kind of like, that's what's so weird about all of these people who hate the BLM movement and hate wanting to take power away from the government. It's like, the most American thing is, like, hating the fucking government.
Exactly.
Like, these motherfuckers who like the Confederacy, like, the only reason they like the Confederate flag, the only reason they like it is because it's hateful. Because if they actually, like, the heritage of it was they were seceding from the United States.
Right.
Like, fuck the government. I don't know. Like,
I know.
Weird thing. It's so weird. So much contradiction. We're living in the age of just contradiction and so much happening, and
and everything changes every 6 minutes, and we don't even know.
Everything changes every 6 minutes. It's fucking scary, man.
It's very scary. I don't know.
Yeah, but so risk your life. Come and see me at the Village Tavern tonight.
Yeah, and we might or might not do Max next week. So
I mean, dude, I would vote no, dude.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. I mean, because they don't have an outdoor space.
I would lean no. There's no outdoor space.
None. And but I'm meeting with Fireside on Friday or tomorrow. So we're trying to figure out how we could do it. And
Fireside could be done with the doors.
Doors open.
Or do you know anything? What's the business? Okay, you know the parking lot where you park to go to Fireside?
Yeah.
If you walk back into, like, if Fireside is at your back, the back right corner, if you walk back, there's like a huge outdoor space.
Yeah.
like a stage. I don't know if that's a bar or whose that is, but
Well, there's also across the street, there's a park, and they were kind of thinking about doing something too, but I guess that's owned by like that's something that's going to be on the table. That's something that's going to be discussed. I mean, that totally makes sense. Like if they were to have some pies, like you could order pies there, get a text or something and go pick it up. I don't know. And whatever. And then carry out beers there, whatever.
The sad reality of it is that nothing is 100% safe until there's a vaccine.
Right.
And some people are fully in the camp of just like, shut down everything until there's a vaccine or until we can flatten the curve.
Right.
And I mean, and I get it, but.
Well, I got booked to do a show finally. I have a date on the calendar, 8/8. In I think Rockford, Kentucky, and they have 5 acres at this place, and it's going to be outdoors. They're spacing everybody out. Like you can bring you have to bring your own chair or blanket, and then there's you have to be 6 feet apart from people.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's perfect. That's the move. Like that's what we have to live with right now, and it's summer. Come on, like summer show at 7:30, sun's starting to go down. I'm in.
Yeah, be dope.
Makes sense.
On Wednesday, I did a show at a brewery in Lexington, and it was outside.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. Yeah, with Mike Fields and Jeremiah, and it was fucking awesome.
It looked great.
It was originally set up outside in the back, like super, it was like a whole different setup for the show, and then out front there was a tent for regular brewery attendees.
Mm-hmm.
And it poured down the rain, and then we just transitioned and just did it under the tent. And comedians stood inside the door.
Mm-hmm.
Comedians were sequestered inside, masked up, stood inside the door. We switched out mics. Everybody was out there underneath the tent at their own table. I mean, it was outdoor is the safest way to do it.
Yep. And we have the ability and the capability. It's just
and Cincinnati has the acute advantage of having trained at Brouhaha every year.
Exactly.
Motherfucker, we've been telling jokes outside. You've done literally 20 Brouhaha sets?
That's a low number.
Crazy.
There's one year where I did 8 sets.
Oh, yeah, right, because it used to be 3 days.
Yeah, and there'd be an open mic after, and sometimes I'd fill in on other stages, and I was always just, ready to go.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'd be standing by, Cam or Mikey, and they'd be like, oh, we had a dropout. I'm like, I'm here. I don't know if you saw that, but I flicked this orange piece at the screen. It was pretty cool.
Not bad. That'll be one for the gram.
It'll be a good gramming.
Well, damn, we just had a great, I feel like a good conversation.
I think so. I'd bet on it.
Yeah, I would bet. What would you bet on? Dude, that is so awesome that's now an inside joke for the pod. I don't know, it's just the segue into that read whenever we're talking about is Billy, that's a good idea. I'd bet on it.
I'd bet on it.
I'd bet on that being a good idea.
I would. I wish there was a prop bet. I wonder what the odds are that our conversation was good and intriguing and get people involved,
Okay, I like that.
But there's no shortage of action. Sorry, almond in my throat. 2 seconds, gonna take a drink, clear it out. Oh man, that hurt.
There it is, man. Just want to say that was an almond-related cough.
Almond-related cough. Nothing else. There is no shortage of action going on with our partners over at betonline.ag. The sports world is slowly making its way back, with the NBA announcing its return in late July. Baseball is coming back in late July. MLS is back right now. Premier Soccer, UFC, NASCAR, all resume play, and BetOnline has the best odds and lines for their upcoming games and matches. Need more? BetOnline has simulated NFL, NBA, and UFC happening live every day for our devout gamblers to check out. BetOnline also offers hundreds of live casino games, poker tournaments, and the best props in the business. Visit betonline.ag on your computer or mobile device and join now to receive your welcome bonus.
Yeah.
BetOnline.ag, your online wagering experts.
Boom. Nice read, Bill.
Thank you.
Very nice
Ow!
read.
Ow!
Ah!
Ow!
Oh my God, no,
Ow!
it hurts. It hurts so bad.
It hurts so bad. Ow! Ow!
Every time.
Fuck!
So many times.
Those are the screams I used to make when I would cut myself shaving before I knew about Manscaped.
Boom.
Thank you, Manscaped, for turning my loud shrieks into multiple peaks.
Multiple peaks?
Multiple peaks. Am I jerking off while I'm shaving my balls?
Or is he talking about shaving multiple, like, are you like a mountainscape into your pubes?
Or giving it like my pubes a nice wave? Like I got.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. You faded in multiple peaks, or like you want like a geometric design. I don't know.
Well, you know what's really nice is they now have on the Manscaped 3.0, they have a roller on the front.
Very nice.
You can roll and cut, and then also cut just like how you cut designs into a ball field.
Very nice. I do enjoy that. You can just go light, dark, light, dark, light, dark.
Oh yeah, right now I have the Mr. Redlegs Handlebar Mustache 2015 All-Star Game logo above my peen.
Yeah, damn, you got a turf management crew coming working for you.
It's great, and I can't thank Manscaped enough or Scott's Lawn Care. They really take care of me.
It's a goddamn shame that I'm glad that we have made the transition from a strictly audio podcast to the video and the audio, but if we didn't have the video right now, I would just whip them out and show Bill my pubes, dude. I'm dealing with, I went down to like, the curtain matches the drapes, if you know what I'm saying.
Let's just say looking, that. Curtain matches the drapes.
Same, dude. I had gotten a real quarantine bush going on, and just recently, the other day, in that very bathroom right there, I shed my pubes into that very toilet, and yes, exactly. So this is like really a pretty killer Manscaped breed. I'm sitting here with far less hair in my bush, and that's the toilet and the bathroom that I executed it with. The Manscaped Lawnmower 2.0, which, by the way, if you guys want to hop on it and send me that 3.0.
Yeah, I need a charger for my 2.0.
We're out here preaching the gospel of Manscaped. I'm just saying, let a brother get that 3.0. Billy lost his fucking charger. Okay, so he's sitting over there in Bush City. I'm going to have to bring my Manscaped 2.0 charger over to the Devoraporium 2.0. We're fucking with too many 2.0s. We need that Manscaped 3.0.
So fucking true.
Because tell me what's going on with that 3.0, Bill.
Dude,
I mean, like, is it sick?
It's so thick and gross down there. I call it Bushfield. Come on!
It's the Cardinals play now. The Cardinals are playing on top of Billy's dick.
Dude, I'm so proud of that joke.
That's what we're dealing with.
It's so thick and gross. I call it Bushfield. Come on.
Love it. Love it.
Come on. Does it get
beautiful?
Does it get any better than that?
Not sure.
I don't think so. Dude, their third generation trimmer features advanced skin safe technology to keep your bad boys nice and smooth.
Tight.
They spent 18 months developing this new technology to put out the 3.0. Also, the battery lasts up to 90 minutes. So you can take an hour and a half. You could watch a show at Go Bananas. The amount of time it takes to die.
You can take an hour and a half, man. You can get a pair of tweezers and pull up each hair individually and you can really treat yourself, man. 90-minute battery life with the 3.0. That's next level.
Dude, it's water resistant. So you can do it in the shower.
Take it in the shower.
Yeah. You could really piss off Andrew in there. You could just trim it up and then just like leave it.
Oh, well, Rudik's got the 2.0 too, man. And I will say this, I saw his charging in the bathroom recently, so I can only imagine that the Rude Man's pubes are on clean right now, which is very exciting.
He's got a very lucky lady. Dude.
Let's go ahead and get that 3.0 sent to the Nasty Boys so we can get a little less nasty.
Also, there's an LED light built in, so you can get
You can do it in the dark?
You can do it in the dark.
You can do it in the dark for an hour and a half. Manscaped.
Dude, here's the deal. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code ARMCHAIR at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you. I'm so glad they got them back. But fucking give me the 3.0.
Yeah, let's get it, man. Billy is over. He's putting in work, okay? We're reading for you, man.
So much work. I'm exhausted. I don't know if I can even talk about the Reds. I'm exhausted. Who am I kidding? I can do that.
Oh, get out of here.
The schedule came out since we recorded from last week. Very exciting because
extremely exciting.
The thing that we have stressed the most is that they need to get off to a hot start, unlike the past couple decades. So that's the big thing about the Reds need to do. And they have an opportunity. They have an opportunity because they have not one, not two, but their first 15 games, they have 6 against the Tigers.
Oh man, I know. So like as on paper, that's excellent, right?
Beautiful.
But as we know, in the clubhouse, it's more pressure.
I know.
It's more pressure. Like in a 60-game season, if we were opening up, I don't know, if we were opening up with just a gnarly schedule, if we were playing within our own division, or if we were going up against the Twinkies or something, like that's a whole different ball game.
It's a whole other ball game. God, okay. Sorry, Alicia just texted me this, and she said jalapeno or blueberry. And come on.
Oh my God, are you guys gonna get a dog? Are you guys gonna get a dog?
Babe, get up here. We're gonna talk about this. What kind of dogs are they? Sorry, real quick. They're beagles. She's horny for a beagle.
Beagles are really, really cute.
They are so cute.
I like blueberries ears better, I think.
Come here.
All right, let's get you on here,
Let's
First Lady. The First Lady, what's going on? Freshly tested, looking fresh.
Looking good as fuck.
Looking super good. Okay, so we're talking beagles?
I love beagles.
Jalapeno or blueberry?
Yeah.
They're all named after. So when SAP, the Stray Animal Adoption Program, does, if they have litters, they always theme the litters and name them after that. So this litter is bagel themed. So we've got jalapeno, cinnamon. That's jalapeno. And that's blueberry.
Honestly, I think I'm
Blueberry.
horny for jalapeno.
Don't say horny for when you're talking about a puppy. Please, dear God, do not.
Why not? It's a cutie. I'm
Pretty horny, though.
Okay, well, you didn't even show me pumpernickel.
Well,
Nah, cinnamon can go.
oh, that sentence is so wholesome. Oh, well, come on. You didn't even show me pumpernickel. Wow. So where would you guys say as a couple, are you like, give me a percentage. If I were to go to like betonline.ag, what percentage would you guys be of getting into the puppy game?
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look like coronavirus is going to end anytime soon, so why not have a child?
Fuck yeah. Sorry. I just aforementioned professional Madden player, Andrew Rudick. He's lurking in the background. Dude, welcome to the visual new Nasty Boys, baby. We got that video.
I'm out here grinding.
Yeah, he's grinding, man. They're getting a new puppy.
Ooh,
Maybe. We're not super
All right.
serious, but they are.
Here's jalapeno.
Hello, little jalapeno.
goodness.
And then,
Little
I mean,
beagle
blueberry.
puppies.
Come on.
The ear.
What would you guys name a puppy?
That's something we must discuss.
SARS 2.
SARS 2.
Top secret.
Pup secret, baby.
Top secret.
All right, got my yogurt.
He's got his yogurt. He's got his fuel. Back to your cave.
Got a championship to win.
I'd probably name my dog Fuck 12.
Man, it would be really interesting to see what you guys came up with a name.
Well, so both of our cats' middle names are LP and Killer Mike for Run the Jewels. And then
Love that.
Vinny and Ezra. Ezra being her celebrity crush. Mine being St. Vincent, both music crushes. They're like our
Beautiful.
hall pass. But I didn't know that Annie Clark, St. Vincent, doesn't want to play for my team. So
Damn it. You
we
fucked
got
up.
screwed in that one.
Well, Vinny is a good name for a cat, and Ezra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would have to be
Well, and
music.
then-
for,
Would
like-
you?
Oh yeah.
It
and
would
then
go
our Arrow
music.
baby.
Oh, and Arrow was named after Aerodynamics, which is her favorite song.
Not my. Well, it's a song off of my favorite Daft Punk album, and his middle name was Yeez. Rip. That's probably why he died.
Yeah. So we'd have to stay with music, you know.
If it's a boy, I would love to name him Amadeus. If it was a girl, I would like to name her Mimi, but I know he's not allowed to do that. So
Oh, if it was a boy, I'm naming him Pitbull.
I'm out of here.
If it's a girl,
Dude, a beagle named Pitbull, like after the musical artist, is hilarious. Dude, what if you named your dog like Pitbull featuring the Black Eyed Peas?
Wait, that's the joke from Big Mouth, like featuring Ludacris, his Pitbull.
Yes. Yes, you're right. That is where that's from.
oh, that's so
featuring
good.
Ludacris.
Oh, I'm taking a pee.
Yeah, sitting down. So I think Pitbull would be pretty funny.
Well, we're not adopting a dog now.
What?
I had a buddy in high school who got a dog and named it Turtle.
That's funny.
It's pretty
I
good.
thought that was pretty funny.
We could name the dog 2K and Sam. That's a good
Oh man, dude, God, I didn't even consider how invested and excited I would be about you two potentially getting a dog.
I know.
That would be huge. I mean, Alicia, you're right. Like, if this is gonna be more of a long-term thing, it would be a fun little, time passer.
Yeah, why not? Like, we're gonna be locked down until 2021. So
And I work from home mostly.
me too.
I don't know. Now would be the right time to set all the right behaviors and shit. I don't know. And one of my coworkers has a beagle, and she's like, "It's the best dog I've ever had. I've got two beagles. They're the best dogs I've ever had."
Beagles are good little dogs.
Okay, now she's taunting me.
Oh no, the smile on her
zooming in.
face says it all.
Jalapeno.
Especially a beagle puppy.
Yeah. Oh, Blueberry's cute too, but it's tough.
Man,
All right.
the dog saga. The
I know.
doggo.
Jesus, everyone's getting a puppy, so it's like, oh, here's my thing. We have 3 litter boxes for our cats.
Yeah, we could teach the dog to use one.
Especially if it's a little beagle.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, I was
That would
also
be
just
funny.
gonna say he's got a fucking golden corral
Yeah,
buffet
hungry.
of cats.
Yeah.
Bowie's
Oh.
great treat is cat shit.
Gross.
My friend Marty's dog, Bowie.
Calling that thing a dog isn't accurate. It is a rodent. It is a chihuahua. It is this fucking big.
Ugh.
He's so cute. But Marty said his favorite delicacy is cat shit. Loves it. Anytime he takes Bowie to a house where they have a cat, he gets in the litter box right away. He like sniffs it out and then goes.
Oh,
Gross.
God, dogs are so gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross.
But so are cats. I mean, my little cat I was in Lexington last week, and my little cat is an outdoor cat, indoor cat. And it's like pretty rural outside of my house. So he just goes out and it just like enters the food chain and just wreaks havoc. He brought a fucking squirrel up, because they like bring offerings to their masters or whatever.
Yeah.
And he brought a fucking squirrel up to so we threw it. And then later he found it and we saw him. He was just eating that motherfucker.
Oh.
Just ate its head. Meat. Like a little tiger.
Well, also that cat befriended a raccoon and now lives on that porch.
Yeah, sweet Bill, man. You were in the elite fraternity of people who got to meet the raccoons.
So cool. I'm the 1%.
Dude, they came back. They came back. We were sitting there and I didn't putting on IG or anything, but Yeah, they came back. You just throw a little piece of bread, they grab them with their little hands, run off. I know.
Cute little burglars.
I know it.
So, all right, we're going to talk about baseball.
Much love, First Lady.
Please. All right. Before I got distracted by a cute fucking dog. Two cute dogs.
2 cute dogs.
We were talking about the hot start. You've got 3, 4, 5, 6 of your first 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 games against the Tigers.
Yeah.
That's huge.
They're a bad team. So, I mean, but like what I was saying, I mean, obviously the pressure is on in every single game. I mean, there would be pressure inherent in every single game, and obviously we would be sweating it if we were matched up and we had to play the Yankees 6 fucking times in 10 games. But still, like, there's another level of pressure because how many times do we play them in the first 10?
6.
6? I mean, so you're thinking 5-1.
Yeah.
4-2 or a failure.
Or exactly.
4-2 or it's a failure. And essentially like a 6-game series. What is it, a 3-3?
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you need to almost sweep one of them, have to.
Yeah.
And that's just like as a fan who is frothing at the mouth and with the potential of our lineup and the depth and how everything with this crazy fucking 2020 season seems to line up with the Reds.
Yeah.
We gotta go 6-1 against them.
Oh, yeah.
Or 5, yeah.
Well, think about this too. Like, think about how juiced Castellanos is going to be going back and playing against the Tigers for the first time. I think it's his first time returning to Comerica. Like, he's just going to break.
Yeah.
And he
will go ham.
It's going to be beautiful. But, dude, so you follow that, and you also have 3 against the Cubs smashed in there. Which
is so exciting. I mean, that's just like an old rivalry.
No, you have 4 against the Cubs in that first week. And they are all at home. Beautiful. Okay? Yeah. And we played the Cubs very well last year. What do we do?
Yeah.
Only get better. And then we go into August. The first two games of August are against the Tigers. And then at home against Cleveland. We play 2 against Cleveland at home, and then you follow that by 2 games with Cleveland away. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a split there.
Yeah.
The Cleveland is going to be a very good team, and then you follow that up with Milwaukee. That's a little bit of a stretch. That's like those are going to be fun-ass games to watch.
Yeah, I know. God, I'm so excited. Every game we watch is going to be so high energy. Like, we're going to be so hyped the entire game.
Then, dude, here's where it gets – then you get a soft landing. 2 against KC, and then 4 against Pittsburgh, all of those at home.
That's crazy. Sleep in your own bed.
Wake up knowing you're playing 2 of the worst teams in all of baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that just something? And then you follow that up by going for 2 at KC. And then you got a 4 spot in St. Louis. And that 4 spot in St. Louis is what's going to, I think, will probably make and break.
It will be the big swing of the season, yeah.
Fuck. I mean, you're immediately looking at play like we've said before, it's a sprint. But once you get to that last week, the last 2 weeks of August, then you have to have 0 kinks. You have to know that not just every game, but every out matters.
And rarely do Major League Baseball teams ever do that. Even if you go on to win the World Series, you don't do that in the first. I mean, look at the Nationals last year.
Right.
They weren't even in the playoff picture at the All-Star break.
Even like the last month of the ball season, you're not fretting until 3 weeks out.
Mm-mm.
But this is so different because we're all so fucking tight-knit and bunched. Like, there's just, look at all the projections. Everywhere says that the division will be decided by a game.
1 game.
1 game. 3 teams tied tied.
Every
for that second
loss is gonna hurt, and every win is going to be exciting as fuck.
So after that, I'll just read the rest of August. After that 4 spot against St. Louis, we go to Milwaukee for 4, and then we got 3 against the Cubs at home, and then the end of the month, you've got St. Louis at home. But dude, man, it doesn't seem crazy the more and more you look at it. And you could potentially have a World Series preview, not being crazy. Adam Bass said it too, and I'm with him. The last series of the year is at Minnesota.
It's pretty
Minnesota's
dope.
going to be very good.
Yeah, they're going to be really good.
White Sox are interesting, and I think people are overhyped on them. They're still young, and they probably, when you've got a bunch of young guys that need to figure out their routine, and then you throw this at them, and you have so many players, including a brand new catcher you brought in, who's a consummate professional in Jizz Money Grundle, but he still hasn't really worked with the staff. You know what I mean? And it's a young staff, like Lucas Giolito, and then they brought in Keuchel, Kopech, whatever. You're working with young guns. So, I don't know if I buy them getting off to that hot start or whatever. But, again, we just don't fucking know because it's 60 games.
So here's a thing that I've heard people talk about, and I think it's a very interesting take. You talk about the young guys and the routine. The routine, COVID will get some teams into trouble.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? If somebody fucks up and gets it, that's 2 weeks off. I mean, depending on when that happens in the season, that could literally fuck an entire season,
that
right?
Could be 15 games.
So the absolute studs are going to the ones who before all this were top notch off the field too. They will take every precaution.
Right.
So the young kids who want to be stars, the big thing that they don't have is a family. And the families are the fucking variables.
Yep.
Mike Trout will only live between his house and the stadium, or on, that's all he'll be. But, his wife, his kid goes to daycare maybe, his wife goes out for drinks, it's just a web of how it could all go down. So these young kids with no families, who their only thing, they just need to lock it in for 2 months, where you just play baseball and then go to a hotel and get carry-out food and work out in the gym and play video games. Those are the people who might be, that's just an interesting thought.
It's crazy you bring up Mike Trout because he's still not decided, and his wife could pop and have their first kid any minute.
There's so many stars that are about to have a baby. Garrett Cole, too.
Yeah. Well, he's going to play. I mean, that money is – he's –
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, this is his dream, was always to play. His dream was to play for the Yankees.
Yeah.
So he's playing. But if Trout, think about it. His wife has that baby. They're 2 weeks into the season. If he hangs it up, that team is done. There's just no way you lose the best player in baseball. I understand they added Rendon and Shohei is going back to the starting rotation. And Mike Trout is still unsure if he's even going to play. I don't know. But you're absolutely right. And not even just that, we've lost Mike Leake, Tyson Ross. The big one from last week was, oh my God, brain fart. Ian Desmond. We lost Ian Desmond. So, and David Price is out. The Yankees were banking on him being an anchor, or the Dodgers were banking on him being an ace in that rotate, being a solid 3 or 2. They had to replace Ryu. That's crazy. Well, not 2, but 3. I'm right there because it's But that's so.
Still, it's a big fucking deal. And so, then we were talking about it before we started recording, the potential of, a team starts off ice cold, and in the first 20 games they start off and go 7-13 or 6-14, and they are considerable. They think that they're pretty much out of the race. Yeah. And the star on that team who's making $30 million or, potential to make $30 million a year, and his future is going to be like Juan Soto will be like, I think I'm going to opt out. Yeah. I'll sit the fuck out. I'll sit this one out. Why? I mean, we're gonna lose. We're 25 games under 500.
Yeah, I mean, we
And
talked about.
then that's like a weird situation, like where it's like a replacement league, where you're gonna have like some fully staffed Dodgers team playing the San Francisco Giants, where Trevor Gott's playing shortstop. It's gonna it's gonna be fucking wild.
It'll get ugly. And I think that will happen. I mean, like, look at the Rockies. If they're out of it from the rip, I could see Arenado being like, all right, well, I'm going to sit out the rest of the season. Also, I'm opting out of my contract, and I'm going to sign with whoever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many variables, and there's a lot of people that might do that. I don't doubt it. I really don't. And not even in thinking about people getting sick for 2 weeks, too. I mean, that's just so – that's a huge variable. And so it's even hard to think, like, who will be good. Like, we can look at it on paper. We've been doing it since fucking October.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Every week, just being like, and knowing that, with 162, that gives enough time for players to play out and let the cream rise to the top, if you will. But that's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen this year. So I just think the Reds have the best shot at anybody, and they were even talking about it on MLB Network. Like, the Reds' middle relief is going to give them an advantage.
It's good.
It's good. Signing Stroke, fucking, and you can go all the way down and be like, Sal Romano could pitch 2 innings.
Absolutely.
You've got Tyler Mahle, who's your 6th starter, who could go out and throw 3 innings.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it doesn't, when you think about it, it just doesn't.
And then
stop.
Lorenzen, the complete X factor.
Right, the double switch machine. Like, you can put it anywhere. I mean, it's just all. The more and more I think about it, the more and more I'm like, we're more stacked compared to, like, the Cubs. Like,
any team
pitching. Just because the Kimbrel's at the back end of their bullpen, but Kimbrel, mind you, did not have a good year last year.
No, pedestrian.
So you're gonna have him lockdown games? Okay, but I can give you a nice plethora of options. I hope Rysel has his fucking head above his shoulders this year.
I mean, Rysel and Stroop, if they're both on, that's so nasty.
Oh, and don't forget about Amir being able to lock you down with that slider.
Amir Garrett.
I know.
And then what's his name? Buchel. He's a goatee guy.
Kunal. I like Kunal a lot. He's same body shape,
Yeah, exactly.
Big fan of that. Big fan
Goes
of the
out
Joey
there and lets
Reed.
it rip, man. I don't know. It's hard not to be optimistic, but it feels weird to be optimistic about anything right now.
Here's what's also going to make you feel more optimistic. The Reds are traveling the 5th least in all of baseball. They only have to travel 4,626 miles. Number 1 on that list, just to give you some perspective, the Rangers with 14,706.
What an acute disadvantage.
It's beautiful. Well, the top of the list, except for the Rockies, all AL West, because they have to go from Dallas, Houston,
Seattle,
exactly, Seattle, and fucking Oakland, and
middle of nowhere.
Right, it's a nightmare. So everywhere on the West, it's kind of nuts. Like, every West Coast team except for the Marlins is traveling, and the Rays are traveling 10,000 plus miles.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, like 5 times the amount almost. 4 times.
Nuts.
I mean, we're just popping around to fucking Michigan. We're staying in the state a lot of the time.
Yeah. Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois,
Ohio,
Missouri, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
No, dude, we've driven to all of those states to do comedy.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Nothing whatsoever. Oh, so that is a great advantage too. So I don't know. I mean, and who knows what could happen to the trade deadline? I mean, there's just so many options. And also thinking, like, what if, Lodolo looks good at Prosco at the Prosco Park, and he gets called up halfway through the season.
And you just bet on him to just go fucking crazy for 20 games.
Right.
Because that happens. Dudes like hot prospects, it just comes up. I mean, it happened with Jay Bruce. It happens. People come up and just lose their mind for 2 weeks. But in a 60-game season, that could be the difference between, a lot.
Exactly.
So many variables. I love it, man. Like, as much as I wish we could have just had a normal summer and carried on, like, as far as baseball is concerned, obviously it was bungled and we could have gotten a whole lot more games. But just presented with the cake that we are given, it's a pretty tasty cake.
It's really
like
tasty.
It's exciting, man. There's so many things that could go down, so many little angles that could go down. Like I can't wait.
It is this baseball season is the definition of Fudgy the Whale. Someone shows up with you're like, really? A Fudgy the Whale? And then you're like, well, I guess this is the only dessert we have, I guess. And you start eating, you're like, well, it's pretty good. It's fine. Yeah. And then you get through that crust and everything. You're like, you know what? This is pretty good. Would I have chosen it? Absolutely not. But will I still eat it? 100%.
All of it. And I'll be satisfied and look forward to it.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
And satisfied and looking forward to it, the 2021 schedule came out.
2021.
Mm-hmm.
Already.
They figure, well, if we've got all these scheduling people in the room, might as well fucking knock out next year.
Put them to work.
Yeah. So some highlights, middle of June, San Diego, or like the second or third week of June, Jake's birthday, going out to San Diego. The Reds are playing at Petco.
Very nice.
Can't miss that. And then they're my birthday, they're in Denver, which is just so exciting for all the people who are listening. But some fun matchups that are coming up from that. We will be playing the Central I'm just looking at it, perusing really quick. So, yeah, we're playing the AL Central again. So it's basically just an extended version of this year.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So it's nice. We'll be accustomed to that.
We'll get to know each other. It'll just be like a big, giant spring training.
Right.
A full simulated season.
But it's pretty cool, man. I'm excited. I can't wait. And then the one thing that got me the most excited so far watching these interleague games and watching shit was Castellanos just taking Disco and Bauer yard. No doubters. Like, the one he hit off Bauer was left field, and the one he hit off Disco was right field. I mean, seeing that, you're like, oh, fuck, this park is made for this guy.
I'm so excited for Castellanos.
Our wishes, like, we wished over the whole winter, like, just sign Castellanos. Just do it.
And he's going to just spray doubles and dingers everywhere. Then Moustakas, and then apparently Senzel, 100% clean bill of health.
Yeah.
Akiyama has just been trying out the entire, just working out the entire game. Gino, 100% clean bill of health. And then we got the elder statesman, Joseph Daniel, just coming back, and he doesn't have to do everything.
Are you worried? Are you worried about Joey?
Of course I am, man.
Okay.
Of course I am. But like, ride or die, you know? I believe that if he is out there shitting the fucking bed for the first 15 games, I'm sure that he's had the conversation with Bell. I'm sure he's already had that conversation with Bell. Yeah. Because Joey, I mean, when he signed and got all the money, he was like, if I don't perform, I'll give it back. Which, I don't really believe him, and I don't think he should. But, like, the fact that he said it to the people, like, he's of the mindset he wants to win a World Series in a Reds uniform.
Yep.
And if he's enough of a leader, and I think he's enough of a man, that if he is out there and he's shitting the bed, he's not gonna like have some huge stink, No.
They'll drop him in the lineup and they'll rotate him out more first.
Or he'll play first base and get DH'd for. He's a great defensive first baseman, Like, just have him just play first base and just DH Castellanos. You know,
Right.
like, who cares?
Right. So, and what was also interesting is Castellanos came out and he said, I didn't sign to the National League to just be a hitter. So he wants to play in the field. And I get that. And hopefully his defense is improved this year. And maybe that's something he's worked on. So, fuck, it's exciting.
So much, dude.
Yeah.
So much.
So
I know the podcast will, like, can you imagine like the rapid fire podcast of like so many games in between each podcast? Like each week we'll have a completely different look on the season.
Yeah. We have 15 days. Fuck, dude. I am so excited. Like, I've been trying to contain my excitement and be like, yeah, it's not going to happen. But we're like 15 days. And
2 weeks out, man.
2 weeks. Does this worry you at all? I mean, the Cardinals and one other team had to shut down for a day and be like, hey, we didn't get our test in time. That happened at the beginning of this week. Like, we didn't get our test in time from the 4th of July weekend. Like, we just deemed it unsafe. We can't test players today. Does that scare you at all? Like, is
of course, man.
That can happen again in the future and be like, oh, we're just out. Now there's no baseball.
There's no telling what could happen, man. I mean, that's it. Of course, it's like cautious optimism. But 2 weeks out, there's reason to think that it's a go. You know.
Yeah.
You know what is also like, I don't know. You just have to keep you just got to keep to try to kind of set yourself up for a letdown or build yourself up for the excitement of it. Like we could start the season and 15 games in, they just nix it.
Yeah.
That's as feasible as them canceling March Madness.
Yeah.
You know, like we're living in a world where it's like, we don't know what could come next.
Right.
You know, not trying to be all spooky and everything, but I'm just saying,
you're
like,
being realistic.
the precedent has been set that, like, who knows what could happen.
Yeah. I mean, look what happened to the Nashville MLS team.
Yeah.
5 guys got it. They were like, you're out of the tournament. You got to go. You got to get out of the bubble. And same with FC Dallas. They're like, hey, you're out of here. Get out of here. Scram. So it could happen. And we'll see. And what's nice is that MLB isn't in the bubble, you know? Like, as much as we talked about Arizona, like, we should just get to work, get going, like, let's play. And then they had a spike. Imagine how bad that would have been with every player in Major League Baseball in Arizona or Florida. Yeah.
Florida.
Yikes. So, I mean, it did make sense to wait and, like, do this plan. And I hope it works out, but it'll be nice to see what happens with MLS and what will happen with the NBA being in those bubbles. And the sport that has done it the best, professional cornhole. Have you watched any of it? That's how bored I've been. Have you watched any professional cornhole?
No, man.
6 feet apart. They're all wearing masks, just hurling their own bags.
Just making that TV money for the first time in a while.
Ever. Oh, here's the TV money. You know, teams of 2. Here's how much, if they win the tournament, here's how much they make. $25,000. $25,000. And you have to go, I don't know if I would have the balls to say it in public, I am a professional cornhole player.
Professional cornhole.
I'm a professional cornholer. Oh, so who have you worked with? I mean, how are the scenes going? You're like, no.
Bags.
Toss the bag. Like,
bag tosser. I inherited some cornhole bags out in my garage from whoever lived here before. I can bring them over. And I mean, if it's a socially distanced thing, you don't even use the other people's bags.
It's pretty smart.
I'm just saying, maybe we can convince the leash dog to play some cornhole.
I'm into that. And I got to get some new clubs. But,
dude, we got to golf.
Yeah. You know what? I got to write that down. You just gave me. I'm going to just shit on professional cornholers. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, there you go.
You've given me a topic now.
Billy can write tonight.
Yes, I can. And I just got to go through notes. I just got to do it. We're excited. It's gonna happen.
We're excited, baby. There's a lot to look forward to, and in 2 weeks, in 2 episodes, 3, yeah,
2
more episodes until we're talking about baseball games that happened.
Happen the next day. Like we'll be sitting here watching professional baseball on our television because there's a doubleheader that day. And then the next day at 6:10, the Reds play the Tigers at home on MLB Network.
God damn. Can't wait, baby.
Oh, me either. Well, let's round third and head for home.
Shall we?
Sure?
What do you got? I got nothing.
I'll have more news next week.
Yeah, more news, baby. Just pod heavy stuff, and
well, I might as well plug this now then, since I have the date. Where is it? There's the date. Come on, 2 seconds. I have it. We were talking for a minute. We're talking shit about people not wearing masks. Here we go. Saturday, August 8th, I will be in Rockfield, Kentucky.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So if you live in Rockfield and that's Reds Nation, you're in it.
Yeah.
I will be featuring for the one and only Ricky Glore, and Zach Wycup will be opening up the show. So that's a great show.
That's awesome, man.
It's a great show. So, and then hopefully we'll have some more news in the future about local stuff. And I'm working on some kind of outdoor show locally. So.
Yeah, dude. We're trying to get it going, man.
What do you got?
Nothing, man. I'm going to do the Village Tavern tonight. I'll report back and talk about that on the pod next week.
Wonderful.
Other than that, I mean, as far as performance, nothing, dog. Just, yeah, nothing. Nothing on the books. I'm emailing my bookers, but, who knows?
Who knows when?
We'll see what happens.
Make sure to give Hannah Rochline all of my love.
Sounds good. I will.
She needs to be on here because she's an avid Yankees fan.
For sure.
So we need to talk about that. And, yeah, thanks to Armchair for being the best. Thanks to Bet Online for being our flagship betting sponsor. And our new and old sponsor, Manscaped.
Manscaped, baby. Get them balls right.
So, cool. Well, I'll talk to you in a minute and all that good stuff. And as always, go Redlegs.
Stay nasty.
And stop recording.